Tonight, we are the greatest hockey team in the world.
May 22nd, 2030, and we have finally arrived. The Washington Capitals are in the Stanley Cup Final, where we will take on the Minnesota Wild. And before taking a look at the Wild, just one final look at how our lineup is currently structured. It's looking pretty good. I went through the power play and PK units and set it up with our best players for the job. I went through every stat. I set it up the same way I would with one of my Hut squads. Confident in this team, both offensively and defensively. Now it's time to find out, are we good enough? What a disappointment it would be to fall just short. But with this team, and particularly with Steven Quirk at the helm, I think this could be our year. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Before we begin the sim, we need to take a look at what we're up against. And of course, with this being a fantasy draft series, and of course with us being so far into the series, I have no idea who's on the Wild, with the exception of their best player. It's pretty damn obvious. Connor McDavid stands between us and a Stanley Cup. 97 offense, 94 defense, 89 goaltending. Connor McDavid is the captain of the Minnesota Wild. Let's see who else he has with him as we get a look at the team, and that's a very well-rounded squad. Top line, Brock Besser, you get a look at his attributes. He has 17 points so far this postseason. 17 points in 18 games for the Wild. Damn. Of course, they are led by Connor McDavid, 94 overall. He has 14 points this postseason. And rounding out the top line, Maxim Kalinin, the second overall pick from the 2019 draft, 91 overall, currently has 17 points this postseason. All but 2 of them are assists. 92 passing, 93 offensive awareness. He's actually a really well-rounded player. It's just the physical category that holds him back. That is a scary, scary sight. Second line, an old friend from the QC series, we have Vitaly Abramov. He has 9 points so far at an 84 overall. He is centered by Travis Konechny, a second-line guy, 33 years old now at this stage of the series. He has 4 points in this postseason. And the second line is rounded out by Marcel Brodeur, only an 84, listed as a depth guy, but he's another one of those players that gets trapped as a depth forward. We see that often with Malte Stromwall. You look at his attributes, he is good enough to be on the second or third line, at least as an offensive player. He has 7 points again in this postseason. Third line, Anders Bjork, of course, a Bruins prospect in real life. Surprised he's not on the second line. He has 10 points this postseason. He is centered by Jace or JC. I'm going to say Jace, though. Hauerliuk, as if I struggled enough. Or Hauerliuk? Who the fuck knows? And what's up with the mustache, man? Just give up. It's not happening. It's cool. I get it. I can't grow a beard for shit. You just got to realize when to give up. He has 7 points in this postseason. And the third line is rounded out with Chris Yashin, the 8th overall pick from the 2020 draft. 2 points this postseason. The fourth line, Matthew Bennin, 80 overall. Not too bad. Statistically, not too bad. That defensive category is a little bit rough, but he has 3 points this postseason. Roop Hintz, 84 overall, has 10 points. And the last member of this forward core is Nick Merkley, a third-line guy currently on the fourth line. He has 6 points this postseason. Defensively, you know, it looked pretty good, and then I saw who was on the second pairing. We start off with Ryan Knights. He was a second-round pick in 2020, 1 point this postseason. He's on that top pair with Ryan Pulock, 3 goals so far. Top 4 defensemen. Second pairing, Rasmus Dahlin, 92 overall. He has 8 points this postseason with Harry Gomez, 7 points, the former first-round pick, 24th overall, currently an 86 overall player. The third pairing, Cale Makar, 31 years old, 84 overall, 2 points this postseason on the line with Wayne Mealy. We're on a pairing with Wayne Mealy, 6 points at an 85 overall. The goaltending, we had the advantage on paper, but it's interesting. Victor German, is it German or German? I have no idea. I'm going to say German. Victor German, third-round pick in 2019, 86 overall. Evan Fitzpatrick is the backup. Now, Fitzpatrick has played 5 games. Both of them, though, have a decent save percentage. German at a 921, Fitzpatrick at a 943. So it's not looking too good regardless. No injuries, but they do have scratched players. Arturi Lehkonen, Kalle Rosen, and Kent Wilford. Right, guys, that is what we're up against. I cannot say for sure, as that kind of glitched out. That was weird. I can't say for sure if I'm all that confident. Anytime you have to face Connor McDavid in a Stanley Cup Final, I don't know if you can be that cocky. But one way or another, it is time. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. It has all led to this. Let's go. First period here in Minnesota, and the Wild get on the board. And, of course, I pointed out the awful excuse for a mustache, and he gets the goal. I think it was more of a goatee, but it was awful. But, hey, he knows how to put the puck in the back of the net, and we're down 1-0 after the opening 20. Second period. That's much better. That's much better. Christian Ahonen with the goal, and we have tied this game up. It's close. Only out shooting them 20-17. Tied at 1 apiece on the board. Let's go. Overtime. Not overtime. Please no overtime is what I'm going to say. Zontag with the goal, saving me from myself. Don't know why I thought we were going to overtime. Maybe it was, maybe I just knew. I don't know. a little bit off my game to start this episode, but that's okay. We have under 3 minutes to go. Is Zontag's goal going to be enough? Yes, it is. And if it wasn't, Rudy Yell's empty netter definitely seals the deal. Wow, I'm just, man. Overtime. No overtime in game 1. It's a 3-1 victory for the Caps. German had a pretty solid game, 32 saves. Quirk with 28 on his own. Thomas Zontag with the 2-point performance. And we have that 1-0 series lead. More importantly, we neutralized their home ice advantage. We won at least one of the first 2 games on the road. What a night for Ken Janes, 2 points. But the goal scorers, nobody on our top line. That top line's carried us all postseason long. Zontag a goal, under 12 minutes on the ice. Ahonen, under 12 minutes on the ice. Rudy Yell, of course, on the second line, 17 minutes. But still, not too shabby. Wheating and James, 26 minutes on ice apiece. A beastly top pairing for our defense. And they got the job done. And we take game 1. I can at least say that we've won a Stanley Cup playoff game. I can definitely say before the Stanley Cup playoff game. Man, I am just off today. We have won a game in the Stanley Cup Final. I didn't think we'd be able to say that. Even if we made it through the entire 25 years, I had my doubts. I still have my doubts about what might happen here against Minnesota. But we have won a game in the Cup Final. Let's see if we can do it again. Game 2 in Minnesota. Let's go. No need to change the lineup. Patrick versus McDavid to start this game. Here we go. First period. And it's Wojciech of all people. Wojciech with the opening goal on German. He's getting beat from outside, too. The Wojciech goal was from dead center at the blue line. So, shocking. We were outshot 11-6. But we have that opening goal. Good opening 20 minutes there. Good start. Can we keep it up, though? Second period. Yikes. Alrighty then. Let's take a minute to dissect what just happened. Mealy, McDavid, Wheating tied the game up, and then Rupe Hintz gives the Wild the lead. Alright, well that changed, didn't it? That took a drastic change in the second period, and it sets up the third. Let's go. Down by a goal. Can we bounce back? Can we get back into this game? Bennon, the 80 overall, fourth liner, I believe. He might have been third liner, regardless. Lalonde gets us back to within one. Under 10 minutes to go. Wojciech ties the game. All right. Hold on. Timeout. Timeout. 4:26 to go in the third. Tied at 4. Wojciech and Lalonde have tied this game up. Oh, God. Hold on to your butts. Let's go. Third period. Let's finish this up. Are we going to overtime or will there be a winner? We are going to overtime. I guess there was really no need to pause for 4 minutes. It took all 5 seconds to sim out the rest of that third period. But we are going to overtime here in Game 2. And so far, no goals from our top line. Now is the time. Andrei Svechnikov will win us Game 2. It's going to end quickly, so don't blink. We were outshot 40-25. There's going to be no double OT here. It's going to end quick. Let's go. Overtime. Come on, Svechnikov. Patrick, Yuri Khudobin, Wheating, Chains. We need our big players to step up. Now is the time. We're still getting just destroyed in the shot column, but that's okay. That's okay. Come on, 5 minutes to go, and it's Sontag. Oh my God, the third line grinder of all people gets the goal in overtime, outshot 46-33, but we walk away with the 5-4 victory. And make no mistake, Steven Quirk deserves at least the second star of the game, maybe even the third. Sontag and Wojciech had one hell of a game, but wow, after that brutal second period, Quirk stood on his head, and the Washington Capitals have a 2-0 series lead on the Minnesota Wild. My God, a 3-point night for Thomas Sontag. Ahonen, 2 points. James, 2 points. Wojciech, the 2 goals. Absolutely incredible. 2 shots, 2 goals for Wojciech. He was a +4 along with Ahonen. And we have a 2-0 series lead in the Stanley Cup Final as we get to go back home. The first Stanley Cup Final game in Washington since God knows when, if ever. They made it. Didn't they make it? Or am I thinking of Philly? I'm thinking of Philly, who made it to the final and just got smashed. I think that was by Detroit too. Damn, might be the first ever Cup Final game in Washington. I could have sworn they made it at least once. But then again, the whole second round's like, you know what? Who cares? I'm wasting time. Let's go. I'm wasting time because I'm so scared of what might happen in Game 3. But if we walk away with the victory here, we'd be 1 win away. Let's go. We're halfway there. We still have a lot of work to do. First period of Game 3, and we get the opening goal from someone on our top line. Andrei Svechnikov has a goal in the Cup Final. 13 shots to 11, and we take the early lead. Let's see, though, can we avoid giving up 3 goals in the second period? Yes, we can. Quirk shutting the doors, 16 saves through 40 minutes. Third period, we are 20 minutes away from having that commanding 3-0 series lead. Early power play in the third, we can't do anything with it. That's all right. Halfway through the third period. Come on, Quirk, shut the door. I'd love an insurance goal, but I have faith in Steven Quirk, and for good reason. 24 saves, shutout in Game 3. The Washington Capitals are 1 win away, and I'm scared to death because of what I said in the previous episode. I think you guys will remember the 3-0 series lead against Philly. We blew that series, and at the start of the next episode, I said the only way it could be worse is if we were to do the same thing in the Cup Final. German with 36 saves, 24, and the shutout for Quirk. Andrei Svechnikov, the lone goal of the game. And it's time for Game 4. It is time for Game 4. Unbelievable. 3-0 series lead. The cup is in the building. Let's go. Game 4 on home ice. Will this be it? Can we get the job done right here and right now? Let's go. First period. Svechnikov again. The 2 straight games with the opening goal and the lone goal in the first period. My God. 40 minutes away. Second period. Khudobin! 2-0 on the board with 20 minutes to go. We are 20 minutes away from winning the Stanley Cup in this series. Svechnikov and Yuri Khudobin showing up when the lights are on the brightest. Third period. Let's go. We are 20 minutes away, under 20 minutes away from a Stanley Cup in this series. Ryan Pulock brings them back to within 1, and he scored on Marian Saget. That is scary. We'll go 15 some odd seconds at a time here. We'll go much slower, just in case they score. But you bet your ass I want to see this cup celebration, if it happens. But why? Why, oh why, is Steven Quirk not between the pipes? We have 5 minutes to go. Oh my God. I really don't want to enter the game with just a 1-goal lead, because that would feel kind of cheap and anything could happen. So please, somebody just score that 3rd goal for us. Nolan Patrick, the top line. All 3 of them get a goal in Game 4. We are 2 minutes away. Oh my God. And with a minute to go, we will stop the sim. That will do it. We have swept the Minnesota Wild and have won the Stanley Cup in Draft to Glory. It took quite a while. Again, it is 2030 in this sim. But we finally, not only did we finally manage to make it past the second round, not only did we get to the Cup Final, but we got it done. We dominated. Nolan Patrick, can we get him an extra goal? He's going to get killed. Yep, I couldn't get the pass off in time. Nolan. Oh, Saget, please. Thank you. Let's pass it out. Andre, we want to get to that Conn Smythe, but we'll get it to Yuri Khudobin. Can he dump it in from there? No, we can't. 35 to go. Nolan Patrick steals the puck. Svechnikov, get there. Damn it. Yashin carries in for Minnesota. Anders Bjork. Can they find a late goal? I don't think they'll be able to. Knight, his shot. Oh my God, what a save from Saget. Clear it, for the love of God, clear it. Yuri, pick it up. Put on the Jets, turn on the Jets. Yuri Khudobin buries it. That'll do it. A huge save from Marian Saget. He steps up. I have no idea what happened to Steven Quirk. I don't care. Yuri Khudobin, the empty netter. His 4th of the playoffs, his 2nd goal in this game. He just turns on the Jets, makes no mistake. And what's happening here? Saget's being switched out. His Quirk's good to go. All right. I don't know what's up with this game. I don't know if my coach pulled Quirk. I have no idea. That's odd. I don't care. Quirk is in goal here as we get ready to celebrate. 4-1 on the board in Game 4. Mission accomplished as Ken James absolutely murders him, sends it down the ice. That will do it. The Washington Capitals have won the Stanley Cup in Draft to Glory. It may be the last time we see this specific cup celebration on or in one of my series. with the footage that was, released by EA showing the new celebration that should be in NHL 18. But damn it, I don't care. I have no idea who our captain is, but he wears number 69, and that's hilarious. It should have been Nolan Patrick, and I should have set it up for that. I'm sorry. Steven Quirk, the Conn Smythe winner, a .944 save percentage throughout this postseason. That is unbelievable. But this is without a doubt the sweetest a cup win has ever been in one of my series, as we struggled for quite a while. I don't know who our captain is. It's not Nolan Patrick. He was wearing 22. I should have made sure it was Nolan. I still can't see it. It might be Wheating. I can't tell. But there you go. The Capitals have a Stanley Cup in this series. It was Wheating, and he wears 69. That is hilarious. My God, we have done it. We have done it in this series. That is crazy. I legitimately thought, when you factor in missing out on, you factor in missing out on Duncan, franchise-level players, mistakes in the first round, but the first season, it all started with Nolan Patrick, and the game changer, there were two decisions. There was one decision and one just lucky break that led us to this moment, and that was me picking Steven Quirk when you guys doubted it because you said you already have a couple goalies. Why do you need 5? It worked out, and then missing the playoffs, just barely missing the playoffs, only to end up with the first overall pick and drafting Yuri Khudobin. That was the game changer in this series. The Washington Capitals have won the Stanley Cup in Draft to Glory. That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. We'll sim until the Calder Cup playoffs are done as well, so we can take a look at the awards as well as the stats. But what a season for this team. So many disappointments. But ultimately, we have reached the promised land. The Toronto Marlies win the Calder Cup. But let's go ahead and take a look at the stats. We don't have to wonder who's on the cup-winning team. We know who is on the cup-winning team. And you know what? You know what I'm really happy about is the fact that this video is going to be about a half an hour or so. So a lot of people might expect the series to go 7. Just because it's a long video doesn't mean the series going 7. We swept them in 4 games. Oh my God. We beat Carolina again in 5 games. We swept the Islanders. We survived the Red Wings, avoided disaster, beat them in 7, and then we sweep the Minnesota Wild, who beat San Jose in 6, Chicago in 7, and Arizona in 5. Unbelievable. That is the only word I could say. I never thought we'd win a cup in this series. Nolan Patrick, a point-a-game player in the postseason, 31 years old, 91 overall. He's been anywhere between a 91 and a 93. Unreal. Andrei Svechnikov, 12 goals in 20 games. He had 19 points total. Ken Janes, 17 points in 20 games. Rudy L with 12. Lalonde with 11. Yuri Khudobin, 11 points in 11 games. We didn't get him back until the second round, but once we did, there was no looking back. Thomas Zontag, my God, 8 points for an 81 overall grinder is pretty damn good. Ralph Wojciechowski really stepped up in this episode in particular. Torsten Johansson with 7 points. Ahonen with 6. He had a big episode. Conley, only 5 points in the postseason, same as Ola Eriksson. And Wheating, only 5 points for Kim Wheating. Our 69 wearing captain, 90 overall. Dexter with 3 points. Moroza with 3 points. Ross Winquist, only 3 points. The fact that if you were to say you're going to win the cup, Wheating is only going to have 5 points and Winquist is only going to have 3. I would have had a hard time believing you. But we switched him to a two-way forward. He regressed from a second-line guy to a third-line checking forward. But that's his role. You look defensively. That is what he is. He's not the big-time point getter, despite what some of his stats would indicate. And overall, he gets the job done. But the reason why we are here, by the way, Marion Saget, I don't know how to explain that. 1 game played, 1 goal against. He faced 7 shots, had an .857 save percentage. I don't know how to explain that. But Steven Quirk, 20 games played, a .946 save percentage, a 1.69 goals against average, 3 shutouts in the postseason. What can you say to that other than unbelievable? Steven Quirk, what a pick that was. And there you have it. We are Stanley Cup champions. The Islanders won the President's Trophy. That is irrelevant, as we learned 4 seasons ago. That is very much irrelevant. The Art Ross went to Volchenkov on New Jersey. The Hart actually went to German, which is surprising. I would have personally given it to Steven Quirk, but German apparently the reason why he was, or why the Wild were there, as they fall short. Samuel Girard with the Norris, Walton, the Lady Byng, Dadonov, or Dadonov, as it would actually be pronounced, is the Calder winner. The Conn Smythe, of course, goes to Steven Quirk. German wins the Vezina and the Jennings as well. So we beat the Vezina winning goalie in the final. Unreal. Masterton to Zaborovsky. Who cares? Selke goes to Nolan Patrick yet again. The Ted Lindsay to German. And the Rocket Richard to Alcock. All right, then. Now, the Hershey Bears had a pretty rough year, but we'll see if they were able to take home any hardware. I highly doubt it, and indeed, that is the case, but that is fine because we got the one piece of hardware that actually matters. 45, 30, and 7. We finished second in our division, and overall in the NHL, we were 7th. And we marched on to the Stanley Cup. Guys, that will do it. Originally, with this series, I had planned that if we ever won the Cup, that would be it. I don't think that's what I want to do, but I want your opinion on this series and whether or not we should continue. Should we just move on with the goal of winning another Cup? Or is it time to end this series? Mission accomplished, we're good to go. It's tough to say because this series has been incredible. The support on this series has been unbelievable. So I don't exactly want to end it, but again, mission accomplished, we won the Cup. So it's tough to say. Obviously, if we continue, we're still going to be in a pretty decent spot. We'd have another draft ahead of us where we have some picks, and who knows what kind of damage we can do. I have a feeling I know what you guys are going to say, so I will say this. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button to help support the video and the channel itself, and to make sure that you never miss a video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Join the notification squad and follow me on Twitter at Toogie24. And like I said, I have a feeling I know what you guys are going to say. So with that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'll see you guys in the next episode of Draft to Glory.